All right, I'm gonna make a duck call keychain today. Somebody wanted to see how to make one. I'm sorry, I deleted the email and I can't find your name, but there we go. And I just used a pin mandrel for it and it worked out really slick. So we'll do that today and just a mini duck call. And I want to send out a thank you to Mike for sending me the sandpaper. He found a deal on large, like they're 48-inch belt, 1-inch cloth back sandpaper that I use, and he sent me a box of it. So thank you very much, but let's go ahead and get started. All right, so here's all the stuff you're gonna need for the keychain. I have a piece of hardwood here. I'm not sure what it is, but it's 1-inch by 1-inch by 2.5. And I took a 3/16 drill bit to fit the shaft of the mandrel here. I made one a while ago, and I drilled a hole too big, and it's going to be kind of hard to set this, but it'll work, but it's just going to be kind of a pain. So I went to Michael's and picked up these little things. They're for making necklaces. Actually, that fits on the other side, but I'm just going to use this side of it here. So I drilled all the way through with that, and then I took a 3/8 drill bit and just went down in it just a little bit so that this thing right here will fit right in there, and it's nice and tight, and then I can just put a little bit of glue on it and set it in there, and then it will accept the ring here. And I'm using a 1-inch ring. So for the little spacers here, it doesn't matter what size you're going to use. I don't think it's just gonna fit in there and hold on to it. It doesn't slide inside of it. So that's everything you're going to need. And what I did is I took my little cone bit here, because you're not going to be able to turn it out like on a regular duck call, and I just came in just a little bit so that it will look like it goes inside when you're all done. But that's everything you're going to need, and I picked those up at Michael's too, and they're just little 1-inch key rings. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and true it up and just use a roughing gouge here. All right, I'm just going to use a detail spindle gouge. One quick thing, I'm used to just turning the barrels of duck calls. So the first one I made, and this is the actual length of just the barrel, so I was a little bit thrown off. You need to leave room for the insert. No, it's going to come out okay. And that's really all there is to it. I'm just going to sand it, and I'm going to dry sand it and use polyurethane. It's going to be something that's out in the weather and handled all the time, so I wanted to keep it shine and look nice. So I'm just going to dry sand the whole thing. All right, before I move on here real quick, I had several more questions about sandpaper and sanding. I sand with the oil and cloth back sandpaper, and that's because it cleans out the grit and everything, and there's no dust with it. That's what I normally do. But they were sanding with paper, and it keeps clogging up and burning the wood more than sanding it. So when I'm sanding, I just keep moving it around all over the paper, so it just doesn't sit in one spot and clog it all up, and then it just starts to burn the wood. You can see where it just starts to clog up right there. I used paper sandpaper a long time ago, and I never did really like it. On this, even when you're dry sanding and it starts to fill up, I just give it a flick and it cleans it all out. So that's why I like the cloth back. But if it does start burning the wood, don't just throw it away and get another piece of sandpaper, because it's not doing anything. It's all full, or the grit's all gone on it. So just grab a fresh piece. All right, just finishing up with 600 here. Terry wanted me to give away this pin chuck this week. All right, I'm going to use a Minwax polyurethane wipe-on finish. It dries pretty fast. I used it on the last one, maybe 20-30 minutes at the most. I just put a little bit on the rag there. Try and get it inside that lip down there. I just wiped it on and then left the lathe running in and let it dry for about 5 minutes or so, and then pulled it off the lathe. All right, all I'm going to do is take a little bit of Gorilla Glue here and put it on the very end of this so it'll expand a little bit. Slide it right down in there, and there we go. This one I'm going to have to make a little dowel for it or something. I just made it too big. I was thinking about, they make little whistles too, and I wonder if you put a whistle inside of it, if it would actually work if you blew on it, but I don't know. I know they make little whistle kits. That might be something to try out. But I'll glue it in there, get them glued in, and I'll get some pictures of it. All right, there we go. I have them done. This one's still drying. I had to turn a little dowel to get it centered because the hole is too big for the little clip. So if you're going to make them, find out whatever size little clip you use and drill the hole that size so that it comes out and it stays centered and everything. But Terry wanted me to give away that pin chuck. So the first one in the comments on YouTube, they can tell me what time in the video it came up. I will put it in the mail and send it to you. All right, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.